Hello everyone! Welcome to use the Wings engine. This tutorial mainly introduces how to add file type data. First, we open the software. Whether it is to create a new project or modify an existing one, we can click the menu in the project interface. To open the Edit Data window, or in the large screen editing interface, click Add Data in the Data menu. To open the Edit Data window, on the right side of the window, we can see the current Wings engine, the built-in data source interfaces. The second row is the file types that can be directly, data source types that can be directly accessed, including Excel, CSV, and JSON. Next, we will demonstrate the addition process separately. Click the Excel button. We can select an Excel file. Here we can modify the connection name, which is the name of the data source after adding. The default is the name of the Excel file. There is an option below to copy data to the project root directory settings. If we check this setting, when the data is imported into the project, it will automatically copy the data file to copy the data file in the root directory. If we want to modify the data files of the project later, we need to go to the root directory of the project to find the copied file, and then modify and save it. After Settings, click the OK button in the lower right corner. In this way, the data is added. On the left side of the window, we can see all the tables in this Excel. The top one is the connection name just now. There is a prompt on the right of each table name, indicating whether it is currently being used, which means whether it is bound to a component. If it is bound to a component, the unused icon will be hidden. Click Switch Table. You can see the data in each table on the right. The header of each field will displays the type of this field. Right-click to modify the field name and type. The name modification here will not change the content in the Excel file. Click Data Structure to view the name and type of each field. Wings engine supports real-time refreshing of data sources. Click the data source name on the left. You can switch to the Overall Information window. Here you can see the relevant information of the data source, including type, name, addition time, and refresh frequency. The refresh frequency here is the entire refresh frequency of the entire data source. Click the Open folder on the right. We can see the project path, the data file after copying, click the Delete Data Source button and delete this data source. Next, we will demonstrate how to add CSV and JSON data. Switch to the Add Data window and click CSV. And select the local CSV file. Here we do not check the Copy File option. Click OK to add the CSV data source to the project. To add the CSV data source to the project, click the Open folder on the right. You can see the local project source files. Click the Add New Data button on the left. Click JSON in the Data window and select the local JSON file. You can add the data source of the JSON file. About JSON data sources, let's take a look at the supported formats. If it doesn't meet this format, we need to use Wings engine. We need to process it through Data Manager. For the specific process, refer to the Data Manager's tutorial. After adding, other settings of these two data sources are exactly the same as Excel. Regarding the use of file types, there are 2 points to note about data sources. First, when adding a file type data source, if you check the option to copy data to the project root directory settings, the system will automatically copy the data to the project directory. If you want to modify the data of the data source, you need to modify the copied data file or modify the local data file and copy it to the project directory to overwrite this file. It is not enough to modify the local data file. For example, this Excel copied the data file. If we want to modify the content, we need to click Open Folder and then modify the copied data file. But the CSV file is not a copied data file. We can directly modify the local data file. Dynamic refresh. If you want to achieve dynamic refresh of file-type data sources, it is recommended to convert it through the Wings Engine Data Manager. About the Wings Engine Data Manager, we will provide a dedicated tutorial. We will give you a detailed introduction. Okay, that's all for today's tutorial. Thank you all.